Testing. Cool.
Hello.
Hey,
How's it going?
good. How are you?
I'm good.
So,
All right.
all right. So I couldn't figure out how to do like a Zoom link to paste because I know the last assignment she said no, like the MP4 or whatever. So I'll just upload it to YouTube and then I'll share the YouTube link from there because I figured out how to do that.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
All right. Mia, did your book ever come in?
No, it still hasn't. It's supposed to be like, I don't know. I ordered it like a week and a half ago. I'm like,
Okay. Well, the pictures I sent you should have just been all you needed.
yeah, it worked out. I got it done. Thank you. I appreciate it. And it's supposed to be no less than 15 minutes, a little discussion.
All right. Sounds good. Well, we'll just talk away, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, let's go first.
How do we want to do it? Do we just want to like discuss the first one
Yeah.
and each
Yeah.
talk about it and then go, okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
I'll read the question so then we can discuss it.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's fine.
sounds good.
Okay. Number one is have you experienced any of the situations listed that may erode ethics, or do you have a personality that is susceptible to ethics erosion? What did you do? What can you do? Can you think of other situations that could erode ethics? And I said that I have definitely felt exhausted and stressed because it gave like some examples of why people might cut corners or erode ethics. And I've definitely been in the position where it's easier to cut a corner than it is to like do the whole routine or the whole like 9 yards for something. Sometimes if I'm in a hurry or doing a task like at home or something, or speeding, obviously I've sped before, I have a speeding ticket. So like if I'm in a hurry, I'm probably going to speed because I'm going to get there faster, which it's not like there's really a good excuse for it, but I mean, everyone does it.
Yeah, I think it's honestly just generally in human nature to cut corners if it betters ourselves. Like, I mean, if we see a solution that's better, we're gonna take that solution. So
No, I definitely agree with that, especially like as a college student. Like I'm personally taking 5 classes, so like anywhere I could cut corners, like, oh, maybe watch the like videos for this week instead of like going through all the 30 pages in the book or something like that. So
Right.
Yeah,
definitely guilty about that.
yeah, for sure.
And
So
I don't think it necessarily like, I feel like there is levels to it to where it's starting to be like, come on now. So like stuff like this, it's like, I feel like it's obviously I'm making an excuse, but if it's like not putting anyone else in danger or it's not anything like severe, I feel like it's not necessarily, it shouldn't be like frowned upon
yeah,
that hard to cut a corner. Cause like, why not make a situation easier for yourself, but also like if it has to involve someone else's safety being in like danger or something, I wouldn't do it.
see what you mean.
Um, do you guys have personalities you think that are acceptable to ethics erosion?
Um, I would say most people in general probably do. It just depends on who you're around. Because like if you're around the wrong people, like they're gonna impact your life and your decisions. So I mean,
That is
who your
true.
friends are really depends on your actions as well. So
Yeah, it's like that one that they listed of like being exposed to like the quote unquote bad apple. When you're like
yeah,
exposed to those people, you kind of tend to follow what they do.
yeah.
Yeah, because
So
we all have the internal like thought process of whether you're going to do something or not, and it's
yeah.
easier when you have some validation on the outside to do the wrong thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because generally, I think a lot of people like know what's right and wrong, and they're gonna make a decision, but they can be impacted by that quote unquote bad apple.
Right.
For sure. What do you guys think about like it saying that creative people are more?
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
mean, they could find a way. I mean, like if you have a creative mind, I guess you gonna find a way to do something differently.
Right. Like a
Yeah,
little loophole, like, oh, it says this and this, but it doesn't say this and this. So I'm gonna just
Yeah,
get
yeah,
creative and do it this way.
yeah.
um,
I definitely like would be 100% guilty about like saying something that's unethical and like ignoring it, especially with like myself. I just don't want to start conflict or stuff. So I'm like, oh, this isn't right, but you know what? Whatever.
right.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's hard to also confront people too, like when we see something that's not like correct.
Right. Especially like if you have a good relationship with them, like if they're a friend or coworker or something, it's like, oh, I just at this point don't want to say anything.
Yeah, because you don't want to ruin that relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you think of any other situations? Would you guys put down?
Um,
I said like what you said, Mia, like the speeding. Like I know it's wrong and stuff, but for some reason I just do it and I've never had a speeding ticket. So I'm like, oh, I always get away with it. So I'm just gonna keep on doing it.
yeah,
I had put like lesser to like it's hard to come it was hard to come with an exact example because I already used the speeding one. But
Right.
I just put like choosing between the lesser of two evils, even if like you have good intentions, like you do have like sometimes there's two not good ideas or two situations where you have to just choose which one's not as bad as the other one.
yeah,
And I feel like that could in the moment like you have to choose it, but either way it's like you don't want to choose either one, but you have to.
yeah. That's a pretty good
Um
example.
yeah, it was kind of like some of them were like drugs. I'm like, I'm not gonna like, or what was the other one? Jaywalking. Yeah, I've jaywalked before.
Yeah, I think everybody jaywalks.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me really, like why you shouldn't in some
Can't,
cases.
no, literally, I can't cross the street without the street sign telling you you can.
Yeah.
Um, okay, second question. You gonna read it?
Yeah, I can read it. So, which of the following acts that violate rules or laws do you do? Jaywalking, littering, speeding on the highway or in a residential area, drinking and driving, taking illegal drugs? What rationale or justification do you see to make your behavior sound acceptable? How do you draw the line between what is right and what is wrong in these behaviors?
Well, we already talked about the speeding thing a lot. So we
Yeah.
obviously all do it. Obviously, all do jaywalking. I know for me personally, like the speeding thing, I'm like, oh, if I'm going out, like, don't go 100 because that's awful. But like, like it's 75, 80 could be kind of adjustable. But there's like a line to cross, once you go too fast, that's way too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in general, society has created like that barrier, like we know like what is too much
Right.
in endangering like others. So I don't want to say that's justifying our actions, but I think society has kind of created that
Yeah, and
barrier.
I feel like on the highway, like I'm from Kansas City, so when I leave Springfield, the highway's like 65.
Oh, it's
Like
ridiculous. I know.
it's bad. And I'm like, why are we going 65? So like in certain situations, like on the highway, I definitely am always probably going 5, or I go around like 5 to like 10 over. But I just think like I feel I'm like bored. There's nothing else to
Mhm.
do. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm either gonna get there faster or I'm just gonna like
Yeah,
sit
like
here.
like we said, when you want to cut that corner to get there just a little bit faster, we're gonna do
Yes.
Yeah,
it. So, and like with jaywalking, it's the same thing. Like we want to get to where we're going faster, so we don't wait for the street signal, or we just cut across the street because it's closer.
right. And if the ripple, like if it doesn't affect, I feel like if I'm the only person I'm putting really in danger is me, then it's not.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yes.
So yeah, basically, I
Mm,
think we'll always find a way to like justify what we do because we don't
for
want to
sure.
be wrong, or we think it's better.
Yeah, you could be one of those people that don't do anything and you just stress about like the smallest things because one of my friends, she's doesn't speed really. She's I'm like, girl, come on. And she's always like, well, what if? And I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. There's always some people.
I'm the bad apple.
There
Trying
you
to get
go.
her to speed.
Yeah, I think in some cases, all of us are bad apples. We're like, why are you doing it the way you're doing it, or
Yeah.
something like
Why are we
that.
following the rules right now?
Yeah.
Okay, 3.
How can you avoid the erosion of your own ethics?
Um,
Um,
I think it's just important to like have your own set of like rules, or I guess standards, and kind of just uphold them. And then like having somebody know what they are as well, like somebody like a buddy or something, so they can hold you accountable is pretty important as well.
mhm.
Yeah, like have it like on question 2, having that line where you draw it, like that's
Yeah.
enough.
Mhm.
Yeah, like a boundary to set like for yourself because I definitely I'm kind of set in who I am. So it takes a lot for someone else to influence me to do wrong. So most of it is what will I allow myself to do? And at
Yeah.
that point, having boundaries is great because you don't want to live like you never know. It's just roll of the dice every day. I never know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
For 4, it's like the same thing, but for others. I said just be a leader, not a follower. If you're
Yeah.
always attempting to be like a great example, then you're probably going to make a good choice.
True. True. Yeah.
Yeah, be that like you said, Joshua, be that buddy that sets the boundaries, like, hey, you've gone too far, or like help them find that line.
Yeah. So, and then just like don't be afraid really to call others out. I mean, I know it's hard, but sometimes you just have to. Sometimes it's too much. Like when you see other people's actions and what they're doing, you kind of just have to step in.
For sure. Like, and learn how to deal with conflict because also being someone that is going to hold your friends accountable, you kind of have to learn how to interact with people without it always having to be a conflict.
Yeah.
It can be constructive criticism without
Yeah.
an argument and be able to accept it as well.
Also, if your friends know that you are that person that's going to step in and say something, like they're going to be less likely to do something that violates their ethics. So
For sure. Um, Overall, it was pretty simple.
yeah. So
So do we need to type in our answers, or is it just we turn in the video?
I think
I
you
think
just said to turn in the video.
Yeah,
Okay.
which it was recording since everyone logged on. So
Okay, sweet.
yeah, I'll just whenever we end it, I'll just upload because it'll only download as a MP4 or whatever, and she didn't want that last time. So I'll just
Mhm.
upload it to YouTube and then share the YouTube link to her
Okay.
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it'll work that way.
Yeah. Thanks for setting up the Zoom link. I'm sure it
Yeah.
wasn't easy.
It was my
Yeah.
first time doing it, so I was like, I really hope this works.
Yeah.
Luckily, my fiance's techie, so he can help me out.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Um,
So how do you guys feel about the class so far?
It's good.
far,
So far, it's like a pretty easy read, pretty easy to understand. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've used a textbook like I think by the same either brand or like people.
Yeah.
So the format's like fairly similar.
I'm taking
Yeah.
3 IPE classes right now. So like I'm learning all the same stuff.
No.
no, I'm taking 4 of them. So I'm like, I can't keep up with them. I'm like, okay, who's my group for what class?
Yeah,
What is doing
honestly.
what class? What do I have to do for which one? And then I'm taking physiology on the side of that. So I'm like drowning myself.
What's your guys' majors?
I'm a sports med major.
I'm health services, but pre-occupational therapy, just trying to get the bachelor's degree to apply to grad school, basically.
Okay.
That's I'm doing health services, and then I was on the track team and it messed up my eligibility because I wanted to do the nursing program.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do what you're doing, graduate with a bachelor's and go to like accelerated nursing program.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Are you
that's
still
fun.
on the track team?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you there last semester?
hmm
I see. I was shadowing Dylan.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure I've seen you came to our practice like once or
Yeah, I
twice.
came. Yeah, I came a few times. Yeah.
I didn't see you after that, but now that you said that, I'm like, wait, I do remember that.
Yeah. So
Dylan's pretty cool. Does he I don't know if he's still there, but what class are you guys taking? Like what classes? I think I took a bunch of IPE last semester too.
yeah, that's what I have a lot right now. And then I have an exercise physiology class, and then that shadow class, and that's pretty much it.
I'm taking anatomy too right now. So
Yeah.
we're kind of in the same boat.
I'm taking physiology along with all the IB courses.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have to
good
take
luck with
physiology
physiology.
next.
Oh yeah. At least it's not what's his name. They have
It's-
someone else teaching it.
Oh, they don't have Zimmerman teaching
No,
it
they don't have
again?
Zinnerman teaching it. He
Yeah.
went on and started teaching the advanced AP physiology. I'm like, good, that's where you need to be,
Yeah.
sir.
Ooh,
Yeah.
he was rough.
Yes.
Yeah, he was really mean. So I tried to take it over the summer just because I was like, oh, get it out of the way. But it was 5 weeks. And then he would spend most of the class time yelling at us. And I was like, this isn't worth it. This isn't worth my GPA. So I had to leave it, just take it this one. Like he would literally like tell you suck.
I had lab
What?
with him. He didn't teach my lecture, but I had lab with him, and it was terrible.
Whoa. Well, I'm glad because next semester I have to take it. So
Yeah,
make
hopefully
sure-
they keep the girl. That her name's Wong. So there's a little bit of a language barrier. She's very heavy accent, but she's really sweet. She's just a sweet little old Japanese lady.
There
That's
you
so
go.
cute. I had a I had transferred here from South Dakota State, and we had a Brazilian anatomy teacher, and my cousin transferred, so I have to retake it. But
Oh man.
it was so hard to understand him at first, but he was so cute, and I was like, I'm trying, like I really am. But after a while, you start like, okay,
Yeah.
this is what you mean. But it's like delayed. It's like, oh, okay, now I get what he's saying.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, or I don't know if you guys have taken organic chemistry, but I forgot his name. Haradi. He has a pretty heavy accent, but I mean, once you get used to it, it's not too bad.
Yeah, like the first couple of days, it's like, whoa, what? And then after a while, it's like, because I'm not bad at accents, but at first, like trying to learn something new and trying to like weave through an accent.
My parents are from Mexico, so when my mom like speaks in English, it's a very heavy accent. So I've kind of learned how to like understand what they're trying to say. And so it's kind of nice at the same time, because it forces you to pay attention in class. Like,
Yeah,
okay, I got to
true.
pay attention to understand what
True.
she's saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
true. Well, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we answered the question's pretty good. So yeah, I
Well-
think she'll be happy with our discussion.
Yeah,
All right.
fairly easy.
I'll let you guys know when I upload it. I don't know if she needs all of us to upload it. I really doubt it.
I'll look at the thing. It doesn't look like she specifies.
Okay. I'll just upload it and like in the comment box or whatever, just add your guys' name. Like that way she knows who is. in
Oh,
the
she
group.
says here that if as long as you just upload to YouTube like that, I think it's fine.
Yeah. When I couldn't, because I didn't want to like not get accepted with an MP4 file, and I couldn't figure out the Zoom link. So I was like, you know what, I'll just upload it to YouTube because I saw that she said YouTube right there, and I'll just share the YouTube link to her.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Yes.
And then maybe if you share it to us as well, and then we can
Yeah.
just post that as well.
Definitely, I'll edit it a little so that the very beginning of me just sitting here isn't
Okay.
in there and stuff like that. But yeah,
All
for sure,
right.
I'll share that
All
with
right.
you guys as well.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys later.
All right,
See you guys. Good luck.
Oh, thanks,
You
you too.
Thank you.